Hello friends, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Teresa if you're new, and you are Perfectly Imperfect Designs. For this project, I'm going to try to replicate the American flag. All the summer festivities are coming and everybody wants to get out their red, white, and blue and celebrate. So the supplies that I'm going to be using are the 14 by 14 inch square, try to get it in the camera, square Dollar Tree form. I'm also using this white rope that I happen to have. I do not have any Dollar Tree rope, or I'd be using that, but I have this on hand, so I'm going to use this type of rope. You're also going to need a glue gun. I'm using Gorilla glue sticks. Those are my favorite kind to use. Some scissors and ribbons. Okay, I've cut up red, white, and blue ribbons. I cut my ribbons to right at 5.5 inches long, and I dovetailed one end of them. So I have these are just a tad bit over 4 inches, and I've done that in the red, white, I don't know if you can see that, red, white, and of course blue. Right here is the blue. I don't know exactly how many of each ribbon that I'm going to be using. I've never made one of these before, but by the time I put this video up, I'll know exactly how many ribbons of each color I use. These ribbons are 2.5 inches wide. All the ribbons I'm going to be using today are 2.5 inches wide. Okay, I'm going to take my rope. It's just some nylon rope that I have. Set it down. I hope my neighbor's lawnmower is not too loud, but it's a beautiful day here in Indiana, and he's cutting his grass. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the price tag. I'm taking my hot glue. I like to keep the end of my rope taped. If it doesn't have tape on it, I add tape to it so that I don't have to worry about it becoming unraveled. You're never going to see that little bitty end when we get finished with the project. So, for these first two rungs, rung 1 and 2 is where we're going to be wrapping the rope around. I'm going to start here on a crossbar. Hold that right there. Now I'm simply going to bring this around and glue it to itself. I like to work in littler sections with my rope instead of trying to pull through massive amounts of rope every single time I go around. We can see it, okay. Every time I go around, so I cut it. I would rather stop and glue it more often than to have to worry about, you know, it not getting, getting all tangled up because I'm trying to pull such a big piece through. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap straight around. You don't have to glue it every time. I'm just going around and around this middle bar. Go ahead and pull this through. Now I'm just wrapping around straight right now. When I get to the corners, I'm going to stop and show you something I'm going to do a little bit different. Again, I'll add just a bit of glue here. And you don't want to pull your rope so tight that it bends your frame. These frames aren't in the greatest shape the way it is. So see, now I'm going to add some glue to the bottom right here. Make sure that and I do have a 2/10 glue gun, so if you see me get close to my fingers, it's because my glue gun's not super hot. Do not try this without finger protectors if you don't have a dual tent, because chances of you burning yourself are pretty good. Okay, I'm just going around and around the 2 rungs closest to the middle. There's 3 rungs on the frame. When I get done wrapping the rope, I will tell you what we're going to do with the rest of it. So I'm going to wrap the rope until I get to the corner right here. And when I get close, I will come back and show you what I'm going to do on the corners. Now, instead of just wrapping it once, here's what we're going to do. Instead of wrapping the 2 bars, I'm going to go around this first one time, make a loop, pull it through just like we normally would. Pull it up. Again, just wrapping it around one time so that I made this little extra loop right here. Around, back through. This helps your corners so that they're not so piled up, you know. And if you don't find this interesting or you don't want to do it this way, just continue to wrap it the way, just continue to wrap the 2 rungs all the way around the square. This just helps me out in the corners of anything that I'm wrapping with rope or raffia or what have you. So then again, made that little extra loop right there. And go back just like we were. Around. Extra loop. And back up. Let me see how many extra loops I've put in here. How many do I have over here? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm going to put 1 more. And then I'll just start going straight again without adding this extra loop. So here I go. I'm just going to continue to wrap just like I did in the beginning without any extra loops. And you know, you don't necessarily have to replicate the American flag. You could make all kinds of wreaths this way with a square wreath frame or any kind of wreath frame. But see, it just makes it look like textured in the corners so it's not slipping. There you go. And I'm going to continue to go around. Now every now and then I like to stop and add some hot glue. I'm going to continue to go to this corner. I'll show you what I do with that corner, and then I'm going to complete the rest of the wreath with the rope. Okay, you guys, I have made it to the corner. I'm working from the back of the frame. So let me make sure I'm in you guys' view. Okay, instead of just wrapping, we're going to go around and make 1 loop around this bar. So we have, it's going around So I'm right here. We're going to go up, make a loop going around the bar. See how I just made that little loop going around? Now I'm going to bring it back down and go up again. And again, like I said, if you don't want to do this in the corners, just do it however you're comfortable. I'm sure it'll turn out great. Around. And then one extra loop. We're right on the corner now. And you can take a little hot glue and tack it down if you're more comfortable that way. This way. Remember, we're working from the back of the frame right now. We want that extra loop in there. It just spreads it out and makes it easier to turn the corner. But you don't absolutely have to make the corners different than the rest. Now I'm just simply going to keep wrapping it like I had it. I'm going to continue wrapping the rest of the frame in the white rope, and I will be back when I get finished. Okay, you guys, I've completed the rope part of the wreath. And now we're going to start adding the ribbons. Now for this project, we're going to work on the back side of the wreath frame. So turn it over. And like I said, if I would have thought about it, I would have painted my wreath frame white, but I didn't. So, alright, the blue part, of course, goes into our upper left-hand corner. So when I turn the frame over, I'm going to be putting the blue right here, so that when I turn it the right way, my blue with the stars will be on the upper left, and the stripes will be on the right. So here we have the 4.5 inch ribbon, or not really 4.5, it's just a tad bit over 4. And what I'm going to do is take the ribbon and kind of bunch it up on the side so it ruffles. I'm going to tack it with a little bit of hot glue. Oh, you can't see me. Just trying to get it to stay together up here. To me, it's easier when you get your pleats or ruffle or whatever you want to call it. Into your ribbon. First by gluing the end together, bunching it up and gluing it together. I mean, you can fold your ribbon accordion style, however you would like. Alright, I'm on the back of the wreath. And remember, we're working from the back. So we want our ribbon face down. This ribbon probably appears the same on both sides to you, but it isn't. It does have a front and a back. So I'm going to put some glue on here. Go up right here and simply glue it on. Just like that. Next one. Again, I'm going up from underneath and gluing it on. You can overlap or you don't have to. It is easiest if you get the ribbons as close to each other as you can, so that when you turn it over, there's no gap in between right here. Put some glue on there. Up underneath the bar again, overlapping slightly. I want my wreath to be super full. So I'm going to go about right there. Okay, I'm going to get the ribbons out that I already have made up, and we'll go from here. Okay, what I've done is I went ahead and made up my little bundles. Tried to put a pleat in them the best that I could. Just glued the top of it and bunched it together. And I've already started up here, as you know. I got to the corner and then I just went on around the corner. But I think what I'm going to do is add an extra one just to this corner because I want it to be super full. You don't have to do it this way. I just don't want to be able to see through the ribbon. So if you're short on ribbon, or you know, you're just wanting to save your ribbon, you don't necessarily have to do that. So now, like I said, I'm putting it over here so that when I turn it over, the blue part will be in the upper left. Okay, now I'm just going to take each one, working from the back again. A little tad of glue, a little bit of glue on there. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to go down on this side. So now I'm going to turn it and go down to about right here with the blue. Okay. Now the blue is in the right place. Now I'm going to start adding the red and white ribbon. And I'm just going to go red, white, all the way around. Working from the back. Okay, I'm going to continue adding the red and white ribbons, just like this. And when I get done, I will be back. Okay, you guys, I finished putting my first layer of ribbon on my ribbon and rope wreath. I'm going to see if I can hold this up. Goes this way to me, so I'm going to turn it this way. Here we go. Flag and stars. So now I'm going to turn it back over, and we are going to be working on this bar here, the inside bar right here. It has nothing on it, and I'm going to start with the blue. And the way that I'm going to do this, I think, is put my ribbon up under there, so it's underneath that bar. Now, I want all of my ribbons to be sticking out the same amount of space. So I'm going to take my glue gun. I've got the ribbon up underneath there. Put the glue on the bar. Put half of it down. Scrunch it. I don't know if you guys can see. Scrunch it. And add the other half down. I'm going to put another blue one here. You know, just pull your ribbon up so that we're just going to put it under here. And we're going to put glue on half of the bar. Fold that over. Take the other end and scrunch. because you want to have these looking like a ruffle. Make sure they're sticking out evenly. Okay. I'm going to put hot glue on half of my bar. Bend over the ribbon. Scrunch. And there you go. There you have it. That's how we're going to put the second row of ribbons on. And when I turn this over, you can see that I've been adding the second row. They're way longer. The second row of ribbons are sticking out from the blue. I'll do one more with you guys, and then I'm going to skip ahead to the red and the white. Okay, up underneath the bar. Glue on half of it. Fold it over. Scrunch your ribbon down. No, it don't have to be perfect. Just do it the best that you can. I am overlapping my blue ribbons, and I will most likely be overlapping all the ribbons from this point. So here's what we have. These are the longer ones. I think I said these were cut to 5.5 inches because I wanted my flag to be super full and super interesting. So I'm going to continue around here. Okay, I'm going to carry on, finish the blue, meet you back here when I get to the red and white. Okay friends, I have completed the blue on the wreath. So it looks like this. It's got a second layer behind it. It's going to be very fluffy and pretty. Here's the back. I added the ribbon to the outer wire, just the blue part. Put it on there, put some glue on the bar, and try to scrunch it as much as you can while you're adding it. I kind of had a hard time doing that, so this is what the back of my wreath looks like. And I will be cleaning it up more when I get finished. But yeah, that turned out super cute. So now I'm going to take off and try to add the red and white ribbons to the outside of the square wreath frame. I don't think I'm going to be able to line them up perfect because I've overlapped so much. But I'm going to try it and we'll see what we get. So for the first one, after the blue, trying to decide if I want to make this one that's okay, so the first one after the blue, I'm going to do red, and I do have a crossbar right here that I'm working with, so I'm just going to ignore it, push my ribbon in there, making sure that it's sticking out the same distance as the blue that I just added. Fold it over. My red ribbons were cut longer, so I've got more of the ribbon itself to fold over the bar, if that makes any sense. And just make sure it's stuck on there, and of course that it's sticking out the way I want it. Okay, now I'm going to move to the white. I'm just going up underneath the bar. I'm going to put glue right here on half of the bar. Make sure it's sticking out the same amount. Fold it over. And I still have this side to glue. I'm going to try to scrunch it as much as I can. Push it back. Okay, you guys, I've completed the ribbons that I'm going to put around the outside bar of our flag wreath. So for a total on the bottom, to throw one out there, I will also have these numbers listed down in the description box below. I used a total of 28 blue ribbons. So that's this layer and the bottom layer that's wrapped around the bar right here. I have a total of 28. And for the red ribbons, I have a total of 17 red on the very outside over the bar. So these right here, I have 17 of these. And I have 23 white ribbons underneath the rope part going around on the top. And 15 white ribbons on the outside. I'll have that all in order in the description box down below. But now we're going to decorate a little bit. Let me put it back down here so we can get the hanger on it. Okay, I went up under. I tied it onto the crossbar here. And the crossbar here. You could use anything you have on hand for a hanger. I mean, if you're using rope, you might as well, use some of that. Put some hot glue on there so I don't have to worry about it coming untied. I'm also going to be covering up the back. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. But here's your hanger. That worked out good. Now let's turn it over first. And I think I'm going to start adding some stars. Again, it's the wrong way right now. I have these felt stars. I'm going to add some to it. They have an adhesive on the back. I'm not going to count strictly on the adhesive. Put a tad of hot glue on there as well. Start gluing the stars on in random places wherever you like them. Okay, you guys, I was able to put the stars on where I wanted to. Of course, I couldn't fit 50 stars on there. I have 19. Okay, so we have the stars done. Now I'm going to turn this over. And since the back is messy, and I don't like that showing, I'm going to take some ribbon. I don't like it showing, and I don't like the gaps. I don't know if you can see that. I don't like the gaps that you can see down in there. You might not be able to see them on the camera, but they are there. So I'm going to take a piece of ribbon and cut it. Put some glue down the edge of this. This is just going to help cover up the glue. Just a barely little bit of glue on here. That's all we need. Just need a very little bit. Take it, and I'm going to cover the gap. That way it doesn't look sloppy on the back, in case you want to hang this on a glass door. See, it looks much better with the ribbon on there. Place it right here. Much nicer. That looks a whole lot nicer. This one right here. There we go. So now the back looks a lot nicer. You're not seeing where I glued the ribbon onto underneath the rope. You're not able to see them sticking up. Okay, I'm going to take the blue and white messy bow that I made. Put some hot glue on it. And put this bow up in this corner. I think that looks cute. With the blue. And for my other bows, my red and white bows, I'm going to put these in the remaining 3 corners. This one right here. That way, you know, if you guys wanted to, you wouldn't even have to do the different weave thing in the middle. You could just keep on going, and it really wouldn't matter how much you pile your rope up on the corners as you're going around, because you're not going to be able to see them if you put the messy bows in place. And one more bow for down here. I could put the white stars on the blue part of my messy bow up here. Kind of would make everything blend better up here. Of course, I'll get all the glue strings and all that good stuff off of it before I hang it up and get pictures. But I really do love it. This is not my last American wreath that I'm going to make. Well, it's not my last American wreath that I'm going to make for 2023. I'm going to make one other one, and I'm going to make a video of that as well. But I've just never seen anybody make a wreath like this, so I decided to give it a try. I visioned it in my head. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get a picture of it, and you will see it in the thumbnail. But for now, please like, subscribe, and share my page. Hit the bell for notifications. Check out my Etsy shop listed below. I have wreath signs and ribbon available in there. All the links of everything that I have done and the amount of product that I use will be listed in the description box down below. So you guys have a great week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.